tell you, if he got it by an inch. He barely turned up and was able to. They dropped him quick. Excellent tackle there.
Calvante Key making a big stop, and then here comes Wilkerson again with that grounded pound. We said this guy can run the football. 5'9", about 205, but he really packs a punch.
Does. I mean, you can see it when you watch a running back lower the boom and you see that defender back, kind of hit back a little bit and always fall forward for the running back. That tells you what kind of power they have.
Yeah, he picked up 5 yards on first down, and Sanders throws to his big tight end underneath, and he's going to be knocked down hard, tackled about 3 yards shy of the first down. So good reaction from the Braves secondary on that one.
Yeah, the Tigers' pass game is really almost like a quick run, right? These are just short little designs that get 5-6 yards, and they're doing it every time.
They're going quickly again. They go to Wilkerson. He's going to be stopped short. So again, Wilkerson will be a yard shy of the first down. The first time Coach Prime was in this situation, the Tigers went for it, and they don't blink this time. Shadur Sanders goes right back to the line of scrimmage as Jackson State lines up to go for it. 4th and about 2 for the first down to convert and keep the drive going, with the football resting right at the 20-yard line. Big conversion coming up here.
And the Braves are stacking the box. They're coming inside. Look for Jackson State to go up top.
Wilkerson walks to Sanders' left. Sanders will throw again, going up top, looking in the end zone, and it's an incomplete pass. He was trying to get it to number 4, Dallas Daniels. The ball goes right off of his hands, but there is a flag down on the field.
And that flag is for not keeping your mouth shut when you play great defense. That's exactly what that is. I mean, you cannot go and yell and
What's good at Jackson State versus Alcorn State, man. Y'all enjoy, man. All right, Jackson State did not get the 4th down turnover on downs.
Enough pass going to back up the Tigers and have some balanced offense. They're going to be huge, and that's a great catch, and it's a huge play. They have to show them they're willing to pass.
On first down, Jarvion Howard tries to work his way, but that Jackson State defense is right there. They've had a tremendous season on defense, led by coordinator Dennis Thurman. He's done a whale of a job, and they've been number 1 for most of the year.
Yeah, there's those other impact players presented by Cricket. Trey Lawrence, the quarterback for Alcorn, and then Terrence Ellis, inside. He is huge. Played huge on that drive. They have to have big games out of that. Trey especially, because he's got to make sure that the pass is at least stable enough for the Tigers to respect it. If it's not, they're going to see 8, 9 people in the box the entire time.
And Terrence Ellis is their leading tackler with 72 on the season, but Alcorn with the football now, 2nd and 10. Lawrence sprints out to the left. He's going to keep it, and he's pushed out of bounds right about the 33, 32-yard line as we come closing in on the 8-minute mark here in the first quarter. As we take a look now, our keys to the game for Alcorn, brought to you by Chevy.
Run, Howard, run. I think that's self-sufficient. Jerry Howard is going to have a big-time day, be real successful. Interior D's got to be strong and tough, and then no takeaways. Keep turning the ball over.
Ball is loose in the backfield, but there was movement up front in the offensive line. Every time you have one of these situations, the defense is pointing at the offense and vice versa. But we will see what Mr. Clipper has to say. And that will back up the Braves 5 yards.
Yeah, the only pointing that matters is the referee, which way he points the ball, right? But again, I think players tend to look at that as influence, right? You want to influence the call, just in case they think they may have missed it, to give them an idea of where they need to go with the ball.
The Braves are averaging 21.5 points a game, so they've done a really good job of ball control and winning with their defense. And now they have a crucial 3rd and 5 coming up for Alcorn after the penalty. Make that 3rd and 10 after the penalty. So Lawrence looking to his right. Shoots it downfield, has a man over there, and it's incompleted pass broken up right there by Shiloh Sanders, who came over from his safety position to knock that ball away.
He's flamboyant, no doubt about it. But watch the break on the ball, and then he gets there right at the end. As soon as it touches the receiver hand, he's got his hand on it, smacking that ball away. Good job, great timing.
Yeah, that was that closing speed. Something his pops was pretty famous for.
You know what's funny is everyone talks about football speed versus times on a track, when guys go to the combine and all that type of stuff. There's just players that play fast, and I know you noticed that too. He's one of those guys that plays fast. He gets there. I don't know what the time is, but he gets there when he needs to.
Noah Keone on the punt. Gets it away, line drive kick. Gaines looks at it, thinks about it, but he decides not to pick it up. So Jackson State will get their 2nd possession of the ball game. That's coming up when we return. No score with 7:19 to go in the first quarter.
All right. As we wait, hope y'all doing well today. Dee Brown, K, Bruce D. Roy, man, you know what I'm saying, all that good stuff. Jackson State in the house. Jacktown was good. Alcorn, how y'all doing? Still in the first quarter. Nobody scored yet. They out there in Alcorn, as you can tell. Look at it.
Find new roads. Still in the first quarter here in Lorman, Mississippi, the big battle between Alcorn State and Jackson State. The Tigers from JSU with the football, their 2nd possession of the ball game as they go back on offense. Sanders will throw on first down. And it's near the sidelines, and the official says out of bounds. He was trying to hit Dallas Daniels again, but he is out of bounds, not in play. That will go down as an incomplete pass.
Yeah, Daniels their big-time target, 591 yards on the season, 8 touchdowns. He's definitely a guy that Sanders likes to hook up with there on that.
Yeah, he's been their leading receiver, and he's been just a transfer from Western Illinois, and Coach says he is definitely an NFL prospect. But this time they come right back to the running game, and banging inside hard is Savion Wilkerson again.
The one thing you'll notice about Savion Wilkerson, when there's time to make no moves and just run straight forward and bang, he bangs. And then you'll watch him in inopportune times. Suddenly he'll do some cuts and cutbacks, and he's very nimble. So he's a unique running back. He's not just a one kind of guy. Because when you watch part of the game, he looks like just a hammer. And then all of a sudden later, you're like, is that the same guy? So he's got some unique skills.
Just a sophomore, but he's been around and had a stint at West Virginia and at Delaware State. So Shedeur Sanders with a pass to Wilkerson, and that is a first down. A big pass as he comes.
It's a good pass to Wilkerson, our running back. That boy is a beast.
Got good hands.
And again, it was great because he just kind of slid out there. The defenders weren't paying much attention to him. He got open. And again, look at the accuracy of Sanders dropping that ball right in there. It is a big deal when you can put the football where someone can do something with it.
First down on the play, 1st and 10. They go back to Wilkerson inside, and he's going to pick up about 6 yards almost. This guy's getting almost 5 yards a crack.
Yeah, and I mean, it's impressive just watching that line move. And again, from that first drive to now, that offensive line's starting to get more movement because the pass is more successful, and they're spreading them out. And now that interior defense for the Braves is softening just a little bit.
2nd and 5 for Shedeur Sanders and the Jackson State offense. Sanders will throw it again. Looking near the sideline, and he goes high, intended for Daniels again. But as you can see, Shedeur Sanders early in this ball game has completed 7 of 9 for 49 yards. And now when you see that number, you can understand why his completion percentage is so high.
Yeah, I mean, but again, watch his reads, his pre-read before the play ever gets off. He knows where he's going. He's very deliberate. He doesn't stare down. You watch him a quick turn and deliver the ball, and he puts it where his receiver can get it, not towards the defender's side.
3rd and 5.
3rd and 5, 3rd and 5. Ooh, good job. Good job. He just tried to connect with Daniels earlier. Shout out to Dave Parker. I'm a Prairie View grad, but I really enjoy watching Jackson State. We appreciate you, Dave. Hopefully Prairie View beats Valley State and we play Jackson State again for the SWAC championship. You know, a lot of people, not a lot of people, a few people have been hoping that, man. So, you know what? I'm with you. I'm with you, man. I went to Jackson State. I didn't graduate there, but I did go there, so. Oh, you already know, man. You already know.
Anyone goes and watches practice, there's always a part where quarterbacks, they call it drop it in a bucket, and sometimes they'll literally put a bucket out there and see if you can drop this ball high and into the inside a bucket. That's a third pass. He's really laid up there and let the receiver run under. He just has been a little off target.
Well, we watched him 2 weeks ago during warm-ups.
That's true.
And he was just putting that right on the money. I mean, he was just dropping it in there. He was dropping dimes all over the place. Yeah. So here we go. 3rd and 10 now. A big down for Jackson State. We're still in the first quarter. 5:11 to go. Sanders looking to pass. Blitz coming hard. Sanders has to sprint out of the pocket. Has some room, but he's going to be pulled down from behind. A great play by Sherriless. Claudine Sherriless with a big play right there. And, of course, he's one of their outstanding defensive players. Came up with a big stop.
Yeah, he's the second leading tackle, and he showed why. And really, watch his closing speed. That's what was impressive right here. He gets off of.
Yeah, that was a real good tackle. But, yeah, I'm a Mississippi State graduate. I went to Jackson State for 1 year from Jackson, Mississippi. So I like to make sure I show my support. Try to show my support, man.
The 8-yard field goal attempt by Alejandro Mata. His first attempt of the day. Came in 9 of 10 on this season, and his kick is up, and it is good. He is true and right on the money with that big kick. 39-yard field goal, and that will put Jackson State out in front with 4:19 to go here in the first quarter. So Coach Prime has to be happy about that. We'll be back with more in just a minute.
There be no doubt you are ready for whatever comes next. You've got bars to raise, expectations to exceed, status quos to rise above. And you've come to the right place, because it all starts right here. Which is precisely why we are so proud to support HBCU programs.
When was the last time you experienced something different? Dig in to support Black-owned restaurants.
Dad, when is the future?
Oh wow. The future is what's ahead of us.
I be forgetting I had this on, but yeah, man, Valley giving Prairie View a run for their money today. Prairie View up by 7. Yeah, they give them a nice little run for their money. Dave Parker said, bro, I dated a gorgeous young lady around 2005 who was like, who was a 2003 Mississippi State graduate. I came to visit her family for her reunion and had a blast in Starkville. I swear they ate catfish. I swear they ate all the catfish in Mississippi. I believe that. I believe that one, man. And that's back when Starkville was jumping. If you ask me, that's back when Starkville was jumping, man. That was a good time back then. Oh, that was such a good time back then. I was too young. I came in 2009, but I got a cousin that was out there from like 2002 to 2006, something like that. Maybe 2002, 2006, or 2004 to 2008, somewhere around there. Oh, man, she was a Delta. Man, she had the time of her life, man. She did. She really did. Yeah. Yeah, I'm jealous of you, Dave Parker. I am. I really am. Oh, let's see what they talking about.
Just a way to kind of just wish them the best and send out your thoughts and prayers to that situation there.
Yeah, and again, as he said in that statement, no words can really describe that type of situation. But one thing it does show in the football community, it's all one community, and I love the way football as a community comes together to support each other, from conference to teammates, rivals.
Ah, that's dope, man. My boy from H-Town. H-Town's getting a little bad of a rap right now in the hip hop world with Jay Prince and them. But I love Houston, man. I love Houston. You said it was a Delta? That'd be crazy if it was my cousin, bro. My cousin named Crystal. So if if a dark skinned lady named Crystal, man, then it'd be like, yeah, that's my cousin. Woo, man.
Carrying right now, just 1 yard average. That's not going to get it done for them. They're going to have to come up with something explosive. And again, I think in the air, they've got to separate and create some room.
Jarvion Howard with a little room inside that time on that carry, so that's going to help out a lot. And as you can see, there's nothing but love between the two coaches. And this is Coach Prime talking about Coach Fred McNair, and he just has so much respect for the guy.
Yeah, I have the utmost respect. When I tell you the utmost, I mean one of the pillars and leaders of HBCUs. And, I mean, that's exactly how he thinks of them. And, again, I think that's fantastic when you see the admiration on both sides of the football from a coaching staff.
Yeah, and we mentioned Steve McNair played there. Fred actually played at Alcorn also. And they come back to Howard again, and he tries to turn the corner, and he's pulled down from behind. Just could not get around that corner. Had a little daylight on the outside, couldn't reach.
The coach over there on the other side, Fred McNair, that is Steve McNair's brother, by the way. Rest in peace to Steve McNair.
And again, they're daring him to throw.
So on 3rd and 4, the pass is complete. He's trying to get the first down, and now he has the first down as he steps out of bounds. That is C.J. Bowler with the catch and the first down for the Braves.
Yeah, Bowler made a really good strategic run. When I say it was just a smart run, he gets the ball, doesn't try to do too much, but he flows where there's open hole. It sounds silly, but he flows where there's no white jerseys, right? And he got the most out of that run.
He got a big block there to spring him by the other wide receiver. So 1st and 10 for Alcorn State, and quarterback Trey Lawrence, number 13, has been leading the way. Came into this, one of the things Coach McNair said about him is he's very cool under pressure, and that's a great quality to have in a quarterback. He's going to throw it on 1st down. Comes inside. Bowler had his head turned, never saw it, so it goes down as an incomplete pass.
Yeah, that was just not on the same page right there. I mean, Bowler sure wasn't ready for that one. And again, they look pretty fearless about throwing the ball. I think they understand they're going to have to throw the ball to have some success here, to open up some room for Howard. And so they are playing fearless. And again, if you're playing for a chance to get in the championship game, I guess you better be fearless, right?
2nd and 10 coming up for the Braves. That's the thing about it. You always want to have a chance. They do have an opportunity, but they do need a lot of help, and we'll talk about that later as Jarvion Howard is caught and dropped for a loss in the backfield. A lot of white jerseys.
That was good defense right there.
Him down.
Yeah, I mean, this was a jailbreak in the backfield of the Braves. I mean, it was impressive. Everyone coming off. Jeremiah Brown, I think, led the charge with the confusion there, and then just a bunch of Tigers just went and had lunch.
Jeremiah Brown, first Tiger to get there. Of course, he has 4.5 sacks on the year, so he's an active guy. So now we have a big 3rd down, and this is the situation they were trying to stay out of. 3rd and 13 for your young quarterback, Trey Lawrence, 6'3", 185-pounder out of Jacksonville. Big down. This time he gives to Howard, and Howard breaks a tackle, and Howard is going to actually get it a lot closer to that first down than it first appeared.
Yeah, but again, the Tigers will give that up. It was 13 yards. They probably gave up 8 on that one, it looks like. And again, they came and attacked, and they got to make sure they make the tackles in.
4th down and 4 yards, so we will see the punting team come on the field for Alcorn State. And Coach Fred McNair talked so glowingly about Noah Keone. He said when the season started, they didn't have a punter. They went to Keone and said, "You're our punter, man. You're just going to have to make it work." And he said as the season has gone on and on, he's gotten better and better. And here he is with a punt attempt. He's averaging about 33 a kick now. We'll get a good bounce on that one as the ball rolls away from Gaines. And it's going to be touched.
It's like we'll be starting around the 11.
Jackson State will start when we come back. 3-0 Tigers. We'll be right back in a minute.
I'll be right back. Tall task. Alcorn State path to Jackson. How to win the West. Win versus Jackson State. Well, that's tough. Valley win versus Prairie View. A&M to win versus Texas Southern, and Grambling State to win versus Southern. They would need all that to happen for them to win the West. That's a lot. That is a lot. You got to win tonight. You got Hope Valley wins against Prairie View, and Valley only has 1 win. Alabama A&M to beat Texas Southern. Grambling beating Southern. So, yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. If you were with us at the top, you heard me say that Alcorn State is still alive in the West, but it's a complicated path to Jackson to win the West. And as you can see there, the main thing that has to happen for them to be in contention, they have to win today, and then they have to hope that Prairie View loses to Mississippi Valley.
Right, and Texas Southern and Southern lose. Yeah. So they need some help.
My guy Dave Parker says, man, I'm not sure Coach Prime stays past this season, as we have a complete pass on first down. Not sure he stays this past season. It will be tough. I think a few FBS schools with the right situation will offer Coach Prime $4 to $5 million versus $500K at Jackson. Let's get the obvious out of the way. His son, Shadur, should still be at Jackson State next year. Because if I'm not mistaken, Shadur is a junior. Am I wrong? Let me make sure. I'd like to say he's a junior because Shiloh should be a senior this year. And he is. So, that means says, sophomore. 2022. So he's a sophomore. And you think he leaves? Wow. You think Deion's going to leave? Nah, I think we got him for... Damn, I thought Shadur was a junior, bro. Does Tom really... Damn, that's crazy. I don't think he leaves, though. Nah, I really don't. Now, if he was a junior, I did think about it a few times, but nah, I think he at least want to be here the whole time Shadur is. I don't think Shadur transfer, especially after this year. I don't think Shadur has it personally to just make you feel like he's NFL ready or even D1 ready. So I don't know if Deion would want to push a move before he even thinks his son is ready. And I don't even think he does it for the money, to be honest with you. From what he say, I don't think he does it for the money. And to be honest with you, me personally, I think he stays until his daughter graduates. But maybe that's asking for too much. Maybe I'm being too hopeful. Right there. Well, yeah. I mean, Shiloh, I think he's too small for the NFL. And plus, he doesn't have fundamentals that I would like as an NFL coach. Shadur is probably the only one who would have that potential, but I think it's a hell of a road he still needs to take. But yeah, I was just mentioning the NFL ready because if Deion leaves Jackson State, he's taking at least his sons with them, at least Shadur with him, more than likely. If he takes Shadur with him, that means Shadur will be at a D1 school. A lot of people think Auburn, but I think they're out of the race. I think Auburn's out of the race. I know somebody was telling me Matt Rule from the Panthers is a candidate. Lane Kiffin from in Ole Miss, and Hugh Freeze, who also used to be at Ole Miss. And yeah, Shiloh's definitely a senior. He's just small. He's just so small, man. I hope the best for him, though. I hope the best for him. Absolutely. And that's the one thing about these D1 schools, man. They got so much. You get so big. You so bulked up. On camera, Shiloh still look like he's fresh out of like high school or first year out of being a freshman in college. No offense, because I do like him. He did play at South Carolina, so hopefully he can make something work in the NFL. Oh, here we go.
Bailey, Jackson State 3-0 as we get set to start the second quarter. And you see the dancing girls right there from Jackson State, the sonic boom of the South. And that's going to be a great halftime show coming up today. Can't wait to see that one. But let's get the second quarter underway here with Shedeur Sanders on 3rd and 7. Steps up in the pocket, has a lot of room in front that he's going to slide down.
That was a good run. That was a good run with Shedeur. And I do think Shedeur is getting a lot better with every game. He really is. I wish his throws were a little bit quicker. But other than that, man, I do like him.
They mark the ball where you start your slide, where your intent of slide is. So he went a little further and made sure he got that first down.
So and now a flag comes in before they could get the snap away quickly, and it's illegal procedure.
56. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Thank you, Preston Clipper, for that word. It's illegal procedure against the offense, so they will back it up 5.
Sounds like Tyler Brown had a little twitching going on there on the line of scrimmage there, so left guard.
He's a transfer from Louisiana Lafayette. Big fella, 6'3", 319 pounds. He's a sophomore. Actually, a hometown is Jackson, Mississippi, so came back home. 1st and 15 now for Sanders and the offense. Sanders under pressure is caught and dropped for a big loss.
Bad sack, blind side sack. He knew that was coming, though.
Man, he was on a mission, and you know he loved that one. When they were able to get Sanders. Now watch the pressure. He starts early, goes inside.
Wow, man. Got him.
The inside. Started on the outside of the tackle and then just kind of slid inside. And he's rubbing his belly like, I'm full.
Bailey, 6'2", 206.
2nd and 33. That sounds like a mad numbers right there.
Sack of the ball game. So now it's 2nd and a long ways for Jackson State. Sanders under pressure again. And he's hit near his own end zone. Caught and dropped at about the 3.
This is bad. Bad.
Number 99 also there for the Braves with a big play. Chris Ballard, number 99. I'll tell you what, they're playing big. You wear number 99, you got to be big, and he was. Look at him from the offensive defensive tackle. He just came to the outside and just kept coming. And then once he grabbed a hold of him, he wasn't going to let him go. But great pressure by several guys on Alcorn State.
They dialed up
gather as well
for 2 consecutive plays in a row.
And it gets his crowd.
Did someone call a timeout? Why are people going to their sidelines? Okay.
We have a timeout on the field, so we're going to take a time off. We're going to take a timeout in the booth.
The good thing about this for me is they don't show commercials, so I ain't got to cover up the screen. Bad sack. Throw it away. Got to throw that away, man.
Finding a place to call home isn't always easy.
As soon as I said that, we get commercials. It's all cool. There we go. There we go. Commercial break. And I'll play the sound just so we can make sure we know when it comes back.
We're here to take you from ready to JSU ready. Visit jsums.edu and apply today.
Yeah, go Jackson State, baby.
A wise man once said, "You can kill a man, but you can't kill an idea." What he meant was that knowledge is eternal. It's a lesson learned, a goal achieved, and it can be passed on from generation to generation, just like it is every day at Alcorn. Both knowledge and the character it takes to use it wisely. Alcorn, where knowledge and character matter.
The SWAC has produced Hall of Fame players and coaches
that have shaped football as we know it today. But excellence doesn't stop at the game clock for us. Since 1920,
the SWAC has produced
some of the nation's leaders, innovators, and trailblazers.
Driven by greatness, bonded by tradition, and building champions for life.
We continue to submit ourselves into history.
Baby, we are the SWAC.
Bro, y'all see that commercial, bro?
Big crowd on.
Y'all see that commercial, man? Even the commercials got them saying, "We are the SWAC." Oh, Eddie Robinson got to be mad.
Out of his own end zone, we're looking at a 3rd and 36 after the back-to-back sacks by the Alcorn State Braves. And the Tigers are just going to run the quarterback sneak, and Shadur Sanders is going to get about 6 yards out of the quarterback sneak. But that's a good, safe play in that situation.
Yeah, that they wanted just some room to be able to punt the ball so there's no craziness going on. And that was a good, safe call. Didn't even bother with a handoff. We're going to scrum it as far as we can go forward, and we're going to fall and punt from there.
So Sam Johnson will come on to punt the football away. It'll be his first opportunity of the afternoon. And back to return it is Manny Jones for the Alcorn State Braves. So Johnson punting out of his own end zone here. Snap is a good snap, and the pressure was on, but he gets the kick away. And Jones makes a fair catch. So Alcorn will have great field position when we come back. 12:21 to go here in the second quarter with Jackson State out in front, 3-0.
Got a little break. Slick hungry. Enjoy the game. I'll be back.
Butch Alcindor along with Jorge Vargas with you for Jackson State and Alcorn State. The Braves with the football. This is Lawrence scrambling out of the pocket. Gets by Aubrey Miller. Steps out of bounds with the first down for the Braves. So how about Trey Lawrence making a big play on first down? They started with great field position right there.
Yeah, and this is huge for them. If they're writing a script of how they want this game to go, right now it's perfectly scripted for them. They're getting enough passes to spread it out, and that right there was a perfect window. Looks like he's going to pass and runs it.
So on first down, Lawrence looking to pass again. Ball is caught at about the 2-yard line. A great job coming back.
Dog caught the hell out that ball. He caught the hell out that ball. He caught the hell out that touchdown. Damn touchdown.
So they come out quickly, and it's Jarvion Howard who bangs it in with the first touchdown of the ball game.
Like I said, they're on script, exactly what they wanted to happen. And again, they get the big pass play, and they don't play around. They just hurry up, go to the line of scrimmage, run the ball.
Man, just Superman right up in the end zone.
They got punched in the mouth.
Jarvion Howard, their leading rusher in the SWAC, put on a nice little move in the backfield, and then when he knew he could, dove into the end zone for the touchdown, and the Braves take the lead right at the 11:42 mark here in the second quarter. So Keone's out for the extra point attempt, and his kick is good. And how about the Alcorn State Braves? They had great field position after the turnover, and then the big pass set it up.
Yeah, and again, the pass before where he wound up running it, right? Cleared the way, then you come right back with another pass, throw it perfectly to receiver, he reacts, and then watch. Boom, you dump it right inside to your running back, who's the top in the SWAC, and you say, go get it, fella. And he sure does. He dives in there, just gets.
Is Daniels our DB, the cornerback? Is he a receiver and a DB? Is he playing both sides? Let me make sure he's not the one that got mossed right there.
That was touchdown number 12 on the year for Jarvion Howard, the leading rusher in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And the thing about him is his coach just raves about his physical abilities. He said they're off the chart. And we saw it right there. A little tap dance to avoid the contact in the backfield, and then he dives in.
Yeah, he showed off his spring ability, right? Being able to jump there. But Lawrence, 3 of 5. So just 3 of 5, 60%, 51 yards. But they are excellent 51 yards. Exactly what they need out of him right now.
They took full advantage of the great field position, and now in the ensuing kickoff, Jackson State is trying to do the same thing, but the Braves come up with a big tackle on Kevin Coleman on the return. So Coleman's going to...
All right, they coming at us, bro. Alcorn ain't scared, bro. They not scared. They got intensity. They got energy. They coming with it. They ain't coming with no BS, man. Jackson State, y'all better get on y'all stuff.
He stops, and he just wouldn't let go. Stayed on him and just stopped him cold. That's huge, an open field tackle like that. Great job. Watch. He cuts, perfect form tackle, and he just stays inside. Look, he's trying to grab that ball. He will not let him go till that whistle blows.
That touchdown really got this crowd engaged, and that's going to be a big advantage for Alcorn State. You know, you're playing in this stadium, and Coach McNair admitted it. He said, this is our grass. We're comfortable here. We have a comfort level here. So we will see if Jackson State can respond now. 11:37 to go in the half. And Sanders goes back to the running game to Wilkerson, and this time he's stacked up. Short.
We need something from Wilkerson, man. We need something big.
Really fired up, and you mentioned the fans here. I mean, this Marino Kasem Stadium holds 22,500. It is full. It is full today, and with a lot of excitement.
You see the total yardage very close. Jackson State with 93, Alcorn with 84. So that's exactly what we've seen so far. It was a defensive struggle until that touchdown a few seconds ago. So now 2nd and 9 for Shedeur Sanders in the offense. He rolls to his right, looks open the middle, has a man wide open. It's Daniels. And
there we go, Daniels.
But that's a huge gain right there for Jackson State.
Huge open space in that middle, and again, a great job of just going right to the open hole. Again, good play action pass, and then Sanders getting rid of the ball. And again, he goes right in the middle of that zone.
Boy, he's targeted number 4 a lot in this ball game. The graduate student, Dallas Daniels. So a big first down for Jackson State. Sanders looking to throw again. comes down near the sidelines, was trying to hit Daniels again, but number 21, Andrew Smith, was right there, and you're going to see the official run up to him and say, not too much. We don't need any more of that taunting stuff going on.
I like when refs do that. They warn the guys and say, look, I'm going to have to throw a flag if you keep doing that, but they give them a verbal warning first. A lot of times people think, oh, well, they're throwing flags too. But usually they've warned a player. Good refs have warned a player once, unless it's just their first flagrant where it's so bad they can't do a warning.
So the incomplete pass sets up a 2nd and 10 for the Tigers from JSU. Sanders will throw it again. Pressure. Has to get out of the pocket. He scrambles to his right. Has some room over there, but he can't get past Ellis. Terrence Ellis, the leading tackler on that defense, is over there for the open field stop.
And again, open field tackling, a lot of people don't realize how hard it is when you're talking about the athletes on offense that have so many moves to be able to stalk someone down, an athlete like Sanders, as he's coming around that side. And just watch him. He catches that edge, and just watch Ellis break down, just stays on the inside, and just make sure he takes him to the sidelines.
Yeah, I think they got Devin Hayes for holding on the play, so Jackson State will go the other way. You saw it right at the end of that replay at the bottom of your screen. It looked like number 79 grabbed the jersey. And so they're going to mark that one off. So the holding penalty will go against the Tigers, and that will wipe out a good defensive play, but I'm sure Alcorn State will take it.
That's
because
right.
Now it's 2nd and 20 to go for the Tigers. The give is to Wilkerson, and he has a little hole, and Wilkerson will almost get the penalty yardage back there. Nice run.
And I think that run right there will put him over 1,000 for the season right there. He was only 4 yards off before that.
Hopefully Wilkerson goes pro.
K, as Coach Brown.
You know, that pass earlier to Dallas Daniels, the big play went for 32 yards from Sanders to Dallas Daniels in the play. So now a big 3rd down for Jackson State. 3rd and 13. Sanders under pressure again, and he goes 3rd down for Jackson State.
That ain't a good look, man. Not a good sack, not a good look.
Number 44, that is Malachi Bailey with his 2nd sack of the day.
Yeah, Coach Fred there talked about the fact for success for them was going to have to be putting pressure on Sanders and making sure he felt him. Well, he's feeling him all right because they're breathing on him, they're grabbing him, they are getting him down. And again, it's not just it is team that they're rushing their lanes, staying true, and putting pressure on him. And I'll be honest with you, Sanders looks a little bit too, I don't know if lackadaisical is the word or he looks way too calm and way not too worried about that rush.
That wasn't a good series for number 79, Devin Hayes. He was guilty of the holding penalty, and on that play got beat for the sack. So it just wasn't a good series for that young man, as Alcorn State will get the football back after the fair catch was made by Manny Jones. Manny Jones.
8 minutes, 39 seconds left in the half. Jackson State down by 4, 7-3, Alcorn State. Shiloh's taking about three or more sacks. We got to do better, y'all. Got to do better. We're a terrible first half team, man. I think every game we have not done what we're supposed to do in the first half. But it's going to get better.
Expectations to exceed. Status quos to rise above. And you've come to the right place. Because it all starts right here. Which is precisely why we are so proud to support HBCU programs.
When was the last time you experienced something different? To support Black-owned restaurants.
When you join the HBCU family, you become part of the tradition of breaking barriers in your community, breaking ground in your career, and bringing it with everything you do. From how you look to how you move in the classroom, on the court, and on the field. That's why Academy Sports and Outdoors is proud to celebrate the HBCU legacy and all those to add to it their own way.
Dad, when is the future?
Oh wow. The future is, what's ahead of us.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Maybe this will help. So now, we're in the present. And now,
Commercial break.
we're in the future.
The all-electric Chevy Bolt EUV with available Super Cruise for hands-free driving.
Dad,
Yeah.
do fish get thirsty?
Find new answers. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
We have a surprising start to this one today. The 5-5 Alcorn Braves are leading the 10-0 Jackson State Tigers 7-3 in this ballgame. Alcorn still alive in the West.
Hey, they got to win today. They know that. And right now they're handling that part of their script. But then they got to have Mississippi Valley State beat Prairie View A&M, Alabama A&M beat Texas Southern, and Grambling State get a win over Southern.
So Lawrence comes out with another pass, and
And we're back. We're back. 8 minutes, 34 seconds left in the half.
They can just keep the Tigers backed off just a little bit and respect that pass. That'll help their running game, help them do exactly what they need to do.
You know, for most of the year, this Jackson State defense has been #1 in the nation. And a long pass from Lawrence down the sideline. It's going to go down as an incomplete pass. But when you look at it, #1 in total defense, giving up only like 213 yards a game. #1 in rushing defense, allowing only 98.2 a game. And then #1 in passing defense, giving up 115 a game.
Well, in fairness to the defense, though, they haven't really given up a ton of yardage, but it's just the plays at the right time. Alcorn, that big pass play was huge for them getting that touchdown. And again, get 7 instead of just trying to get 3 points with that great field position. Right now, let's see what they can do with this drive.
3rd and 4 for the Braves. Lawrence looking to pass. He's hit from behind. That could be a
good sack. I hope.
Be recovered and at the 1-yard line. So a big play.
That was a fumble. Strip sack.
42, Jeremiah Brown made the recovery.
Yeah, big number 92, though, laid the absolute hammer there. Justin Rajan. He's a guy who likes tackles behind the line of scrimmage. He leads the team in that, and right there, it paid off huge for them. They got their big play they've been looking for. Look at him. Woo!
Good job, Jackson State, man. We needed that.
And Jeremiah Brown just about had himself a defensive touchdown.
What's funny is I think he thought he was already there.
It gets confusing for those big fellas down there. They don't know which line is the goal line.
That's right. Well, they're not used to when I'm supposed to dive with the ball, but if he'd have just kind of started diving for the touchdown.
And we were just talking about the impact this
But we better get this touchdown.
How good they've been all season long, and they come up with a huge turnover on the play. So Jackson knocking on the door here. They give to Wilkerson, and he walks.
Wilkerson, touchdown. That's what I'm talking about.
Savion Wilkerson takes it in, and Jackson State will go back out in front.
Yeah, I think the Tigers fans are happy with us, but I don't think the Alcorn fans are, because we just mentioned that defense, and you're right. They pay dividends with a big impact play, and the Tigers offense wastes no time giving it to Wilkerson, getting in the end zone, getting their 7. When you have opportunity, you have to take full advantage of them.
And that's what they've been all year. They've been an opportunistic defense. When you really think about it, you know, they're averaging only giving up 9.8 a game. It's an incredible number. And then now Jackson State with the opportunity to move right back out in front, to tag on a little more, and the extra point attempt.
We flipped the script fast, man. Good job, Jackson State. Let's see what's going on out there in the SWAC world. Prairie View is losing by 10. Wow, Prairie View. Mississippi Valley's beating them 17-7. FAMU's beating Bethune 27-7. FAMU's really the team that I'm looking at. Texas Southern is beating Alabama A&M 8-3. Yeah. And we're back to the waiting game.
Welcome back, everyone. That last drive, only 2 yards. it was a Savion Wilkerson touchdown. That's because the big turnover, the big hit by Justin Rajan there that set up the fumble, and then it was recovered by Jeremiah Brown, and Wilkerson took it in for the touchdown for Jackson State.
Yeah, it's got the fans for Jackson State who are here. Plenty of them traveled up here for the game. I can't say enough. Great atmosphere out here, and again, when Jackson State shows up, it is a packed house here. Great environment, and it certainly woke them up. And we're going to see what that does now to the Braves. Can they answer? They've answered so far. Let's see if they can get their offense back on track.
They're going to get an opportunity here with 8:06 to go here in the second quarter, and they will start 1st and 10.
Come on, Jackson State defense. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Much run there on the return. So we actually saw the passing game start to pick up a little bit for the Braves, and I'm sure we'll see more of that on this drive.
Again, just 4 of 7, 57 yards, nothing eye-popping, but it's just enough to keep the Tigers off balance. We'll see if they attack. I think they need to keep that passing game rolling and really not just get where they're handing the ball off on first down for sure.
So 1st and 10 for the Braves. Trey Lawrence has gone all the way today at quarterback. Going deep this time, has a man out there. There's some contact, and the flag comes out. So that will be a penalty.
Sometimes I don't be thinking passes are catchable, but they finna call defensive pass interference.
It looked like holding.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 27. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Jalen Hughes. Yeah, see, he's grabbing the back of that jersey there. Pushing off. Very light, though.
Yeah, he was trying to push off on Juan Anthony there, who they were stride for stride there for a minute, and then the penalty will go against the Tigers. So a big play for the Alcorn State Braves on the penalty. They will get a first down, and now the football is up near the 40-yard line. Lawrence trying to throw inside, and he had it to his man Hunt, but he couldn't hang on because Travis Hunter is right there to just rip it out of there.
Travis Hunter.
A cornerback has to be the hardest position to play because you're playing one of the fastest guys on the opposite team, and you have to react without breathing on them. Otherwise, you get penalties.
Just a great play by Travis Hunter, and Coach Prime likes to put him in one-on-one situations where he can have his man to himself, and he's just done an outstanding job in that role.
He gives him that Dion treatment, really. He says, just take care of this, and we're not going to worry about this player.
2nd and 10 now for the Braves. The pass near the sideline is picked off, and is picked off by Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter, and I was watching him the whole time. Let's go.
Down for Jackson State. Again, the defense making the plays on defense as Hunter comes in and steals the interception away and then returns it for the touchdown.
Wow, big-time defense, plays big time in big moments. And again, watch him break on the ball. He had one good play just a second ago, then comes back and beats the receiver to the point of the ball. And then, hey, how about the return moves there? Nice little...
Good job, Travis Hunter.
Throws the ball at the fence at the fans. Look at that. You go to the point of attack, right? And the same thing when that ball's out there. You go get it. It's your ball as much as anyone else.
Yeah, Travis Hunter does double duty for the Tigers. When we ask Coach Prime what will he do on offense, he says Travis is going to do what Travis does best. And we saw a little bit right there of what Travis does best. An outstanding return. It was an outstanding interception. Yep. And then the run back to put another touchdown on the board for Jackson State.
And again, this is within a minute and a half. And you got the defense basically giving you...
We were 7-3. And in like 60 seconds, we're winning by 10. Crazy.
And again, Butch, we talked about, prior to that fumble a little bit ago, the script for the Braves was absolutely perfect. Exactly how they wanted this game to go. Everything was going just as planned. And again, then you get the fumble return, almost a touchdown. Then you get this one. Hunter jumping the point of attack. Nice move there with the little swim kind of move. And then he goes right into the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, this guy is electric once he has the football in his hands, but his ability to cover, and just on the play before, we saw his one-on-one skills as he followed the receiver all the way inside on the slant, knocked the football away, and then they checked.
I be feeling like Travis Hunter's the chosen one. Like, HBCUs have chosen him to go pro and lead the way.
Receiver, and then at the very perfect moment, his hand just popped out and slapped the ball right as it was going to the receiver. So the receiver really can't even get a grip on it. He was knocking it out as the receiver's hands was touching it. And I don't care how good a receiver you are, you can't catch a ball with your hand getting slapped as soon as the ball touches your fingers.
Yeah, Coach Travis Hunter, very highly recruited coming out of high school. Decided to go to Jackson State. It made national news when he picked Jackson State over some of the Power 5 conferences, as we do have a
boo.
kickoff return. It was brought back by number 10, Manny Jones, but we'll check out the flag here in just a minute. But he was highly recruited because he's an electric player, and he reminds a lot of people of his head coach, Coach Bryant.
Well, a lot of the big boys.
A foul for blocking in the back. We do not have a foul.
No foul, no flag on the play.
Do not have a foul. So we do not have a foul. The foul was throwing the flag when you shouldn't.
That is always good news. So the Alcorn State Braves will get the football back, and now they're trailing 17-7 in the ball game.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to switch out quarterbacks here, Butch.
Alcorn State going to a new quarterback, to Various Adams, who's also a wide receiver. In fact, he's listed as a wide receiver. Played some at quarterback last week, but just came in and handed off the football a couple of times. So this is something they did last week when they were on offense. When they beat Bethune-Cookman University 17-14, they did bring in to Various Adams to maneuver at quarterback for a couple of plays. Yeah, the defense has taken over in this one. Just an outstanding job.
And again, you get that kind of pressure hammered, take it down to the 2-yard line. Right after that, your running back's going to take it in, and again, and then you put the pressure. You come right back after a great cornerback, and you get intercepted, return for a touchdown.
So the Braves go back to the running game and pick up a couple of yards inside. Just outstanding. And it all started with Rajan making that big play to force the fumble. The ball squirts out and it's recovered on the 2-yard line by Jeremiah Brown. Then you saw the big score right there by the running back on the play, taking it in for Jackson State. That was their main guy, Wilkerson, on the touchdown. And then Travis Hunter. That was just electric. That's the word that came to mind for me. Just electric on the return.
Yeah, he has that Dion kind of swagger when he gets the football, no question about it. But for the Braves right now, they can't focus on all that. They have just one play at a time, don't hit the scoreboard.
3rd and 3 now. They go back to the running game, and he's not going to get to the sticks. Great job by the Tigers on defense. Dennis Thurman, the defensive coordinator for the Jackson State Tigers, and they do a good job of turning him away.
Juriente Davis led the charge. Watch him right there. 32 just gets on him. He just uses that leg strength, and then his friends come and help him out. But he was.
That was a good job on what looked like they tried to make look like a read option, but it was just a handoff.
Several Tigers picked him up, and they dropped him short of the first down. So the punting unit comes out. That'll bring on Noah Keone to try to kick the football away for Alcorn State. And it's a short kick off the side of the foot. It goes over the 50, though. Got a good bounce there. But for a second there, it looked like it was going to be very bad news for Alcorn. But he did get a nice rollout off the kick.
Yeah, when the ball's your friend and it's bouncing for you, great, it's awesome. But sometimes it'll backdoor you, and that's when it gets trouble.
You know, we were talking a little bit about the defensive coordinator, Dennis Thurman, because he, like his head coach, Coach Prime, he has an NFL background, spent many years in the NFL. And when we talked to Coach Prime about the job Thurman is doing, he said what makes him so good is the way he communicates with his players. He said he has a knack for communicating with the players. And as you can see, Savion Wilkerson is now over 1,000 yards on the season. Coach Prime said he would get him his grand today, and there you go. And here he is on the handoff again. Wilkerson with a big run off tackle.
And again, what's he getting? His average.
I'll be back in a minute.
I don't care what level you're on. You get 5 and a quarter there, or 5.4 on a run. That's pretty special.
Tough yardage there, and Wilkerson again getting a workout in this one. Not going to have much going on there. It was 2nd and 4.
What's interesting about Wilkerson, when you're able to get a look at him, no matter what the play is, you can't tell if they're winning, losing, if he had a good run or a bad run. He's kind of a poker player as far as his body language and what he does. He just, give me the ball, I'll run. If I'm not running, I'm not running. Right? I mean, there's no.
Jackson State with the motion to the right. Shedeur Sanders on 3rd and 3, looking for Wilkerson. Dumps it off and is incomplete as he tried to hit Santee Marshall, who snuck out of the backfield right there, but the defense would not be fooled on the play. Andrew Smith quickly over there to make the stop. So now Jackson State is in a punting situation.
And the Braves defense did what they need to do now, and I think that's where the Braves need to settle down, right? And just go back to the game plan. If you get too focused on what just happened and some of these bad breaks, then you're not gonna handle your game plan. They've got something to play for. They're trying to play for a chance to get in the championship game, and if they're going to do that, they're going to have to just keep focused, one play at a time.
That's a great point because it's just a 17-7 ball game, and we do have a whistle on the field, but it doesn't feel like that because those defensive plays came back to back.
As their second charge timeout of the half, this will be a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, the bubble burst really quick. But at the end of the day, right, you were up on them, and we were just saying about, hey, the script was perfect, everything was.
What did happen? I missed it.
Things turned around, but again, that's where the Braves just recollect themselves. And I know Coach Fred McNair is getting his guys back settled down and say, look, I don't care what happened. Let's focus on the right now. And again, they're going to have to figure out a way to get enough offense so to have a drive here and get some points. Doesn't have to be a touchdown on this one. But you have 4:29 left in the second. You got to make something happen.
So Jackson State getting set to punt the football away on 4th and 3. Sam Jones.
Man, we had a 3 and out that fast, man. I wasn't gone but none for like a minute or two.
And made by Manny Jones. So the Alcorn State Braves go back on the attack, and that's, you just touched on it a minute ago. I was trying to say it's a 17-7 game, but because of the way the defensive explosion happened, it actually seemed like a lot more.
Yeah, it did. And again, I think that's because things just went awry very fast. And again, you're seeing Lawrence come back out as your quarterback, and that's, now they got to get back on track and run their game plan.
Well, they have a package. It's more like a running package for Tavarius Adams. And so now they go back to Lawrence, and a big hole right up the middle for Howard, the leading rusher in the SWAC, banging his way forward. If you're just joining us, he had the Alcorn State touchdown.
Javante Davis is playing really well at the game. He's already got 7 tackles.
2nd and 5 for Alcorn State. They're kind of slowing it down a little bit now. Lawrence is going to throw it. Lost it deep, has his man, and a nice over-the-shoulder catch. Just a great catch.
And I thought he was actually going to do something about that one. And he done got mossed.
Quarterback for success. That ball was he slowed down to make the DB slow down with him, and then he accelerated to go get the ball. That was a great job by your receiver creating the space.
He beat Isaiah Bolden on the play. 1st down for the Braves. And here comes Howard with a couple of nice moves. Howard still on his feet. He got very close to another 1st down. It's going to depend on where they put it down, but he's very close to moving this.
Alcorn is not trying to lose, bro. They actually want to play. Jackson State's offense, not so much.
And heading up the field.
3:14 to go in the half, and the Braves go back to Howard again. That's the 1st down as he picks up 6, maybe 7 yards on the carry.
And right now their defense don't seem like it either.
To go slowing it down. They know time is not the issue here. They want to leave no time on the clock for the Tigers and get down there and score. So they're just focused on being methodical, get down the field and score.
Howard is a transfer from Syracuse. This time, Lawrence in trouble, and he's going to go down with a sack in the backfield. So pressure again from the JSU Tigers.
Yeah, that was a community sack.
Good job, Aubrey Miller Jr. Good sportsmanship.
Here, I don't know if there's a halves or thirds or quarters they're going to do with
Baron Hobson got there first, and then he had a lot of help from his friends. So it goes down as a Jackson State sack.
Yeah, they'll give .1s and .2 sacks for several guys.
Make that 35 on the season. They came into this game with 34 sacks. And that's going to really interrupt this drive because Alcorn State had something nice going on here, and that big sack is going to bring up 2nd and 16 now. So they go back to the running game, give it to Leatherwood, and he takes it straight ahead. Not much happening there.
But that's going to give them, a little bit of an opportunity to create something here. I like the play call there. Give themselves 3-4 more yards up and see if they can get themselves a crack here at 3rd down. But they're trying to make the time. They're milking this clock.
There's 1:40 left on the clock.
Tons of time as well.
We're down to the 1:37 mark here in the first half. Big 3rd down here. Huge play in the ball game. Because like you said, Jorge, they would love to go to the...
Come on, Jackson State.
Some more points on the board. Lawrence on 3rd and 13. And now we have a whistle on the field. Did they take too much time, or was there a timeout? Timeout.
Before the flag for delay of game. Timeout. Alcorn. First charge timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout. 30 seconds.
So did they give them a delay of game and they used the timeout after the delay of game?
No, I don't think so. I think the timeout was called first. And so the timeout is the
so
timeout.
They saved it.
Yes.
They saved it, okay.
I see why my homie said he didn't like the commentating. He said, did they get the timeout and the delay of game? Of course not.
State another shot.
I think what you try to do is you run, and again, I always love slants in these situations. It's a little bit more of a protective throw. Your receiver can open his numbers, run a nice clean pass to the inside, and then trail to the inside and see if he can get the yardage. Run like a 8 yards and kind of slant in, and then you should be in that 13-yard category when you catch that ball. Or you run something, you run guys deep and run a drag in there and then see if you can make something happen. But you certainly, I can tell you want to keep that clock going.
As you can see, the numbers for Howard, 13 rushes, 46 yards, and he does have that touchdown. Whatever that you do here, you want to unload that ball quickly because the Tigers can put pressure on the quarterback. So a big 3rd and 13 coming up here for Trey Lawrence. Lawrence in the pocket. Here comes the pressure. He steps up, and he's not going to get away.
Good sack. Good job. Good job.
By the Tigers. Just an outstanding defensive play. Khalil Arrington.
Foul Jackson State, I'll call timeout.
Backfield eventually, but the pressure came early.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see the Tigers not call a timeout and try to get the ball back right away.
See, same thing I said.
Just keep ticking.
Wow. We knew it had to be something. You want to try to pick up the first down. You don't want to do something that's going to put your team in a bad situation, but you would have to get rid of that football quickly in that situation.
And that's why I said even that drag route, you wanted something to clear, but if it didn't, you had to have somebody dragging in the middle and just see if they can get, make an athletic play and get you the first down.
You know what's coming up at halftime, don't you?
Game.
Some serious band action.
5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Some very serious band activity coming up. The Sonic Boom of the South from Jackson State they're gonna perform. We're gonna have a little bit of them. And how about the Sounds of Dynamite marching band for the homestanding Alcorn State Braves? So everybody's getting ready, and we're getting ready for it here.
I'm gonna get my dancing shoes on.
The punt by Keone is good. Gets it out of there, and it looks like it's gonna stop inside the 5-yard line. So a great.
Look at that BS, bro. Like on the 3-yard line.
As he hit that one, and that's going to put the Braves in the shadow of their own goal line with just 11 seconds to go here.
That is a fat boy, bro. I tell you.
Just let the quarterback, let Sanders just kind of fall forward and call it a half.
There's Coach Prime looking dapper as usual on the sideline. He has the best apparel.
He just got to, look.
Say it. He's cool.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he is just a guy that he is a magnet. You want to be around him. You want to feel like you can get something from him. And you know what? What I love about him, he's a giving guy. He understands what he brings to the table, and he's given that freely to, obviously, everyone at Jackson State, all those young men. And he's given it to all HBCUs. He's given this love to the SWAC. He's an amazing guy.
So Shadur Sanders takes the knee.
All right, guys. 17-7. We will be back when halftime is over. I appreciate y'all for watching so far.